Hey guys, what's up? How are you? How's everybody doing today? I'm doing well, thank you very much, Jada. Gonna give you guys about 2 more minutes to start piling in, and then we're gonna get going. Yo, Creighton, have you seen The Last Dance, the Michael Jordan documentary? I've been watching Hunter x Hunter, but that's about it. It's pretty good. The first two episodes are pretty good. All right, guys. So in the fourth marking period, we are going to be going over the book The Alchemist. Mr. Andy, as I mentioned to you guys in the email last week, is going to be ordering those books. They should be in this week sometime, and he's going to be either telling you guys to come to the school to pick them up or dropping them off at your house. Okay? The Alchemist is by Paulo Coelho, and it is a great book to read and understand if you want to really look deeper into things in life. Okay? It's a great book. Many influential people have read this book and have used it as a resource to grow. I'm going to present you some pre-reading questions that I want you guys to answer before we dive into the book. I'm going to write them on the board, and we are going to discuss them as a class. Okay? So the first question, let me get this written on the board for you. All right. So imagine this, guys. Sorry that took so long. All right. So imagine this. All right. A stranger sits down next to you one day and says, "Hi, you're a happy person with a job that you like and you seem pretty happy with life, right? Well, what if I told you that you could be richer than you ever thought possible? All you have to do is give up your job and your life and go on this journey. But if you do it and see it all the way through, you'll be forever rich." Imagine someone asked you that question. Now, I'm going to up top pose a question to you. So, guys, what would your first reaction? Yes, write this down, guys. All right, this is a pre-reading question that I'm asking you. Okay? I want you guys to reflect on this. This is going to be one of the many questions I'm going to be asking you before we get into the book. So what's your first reaction? I see Ariana says she would do it. Why would you do it, Ariana? Why did you say that you would go on this journey? How many of you say that you will go on this journey? Okay, so Sam, you would be curious. Would you ask any further questions before you went on the journey? Or would you accept and see how it goes? Wouldn't we all love to be rich? But now think of this, right? You guys are saying you would love to be rich. But in this same statement and same question, a stranger sits down and they see that you're a happy person with a job that you like. And you seem pretty happy with life. Okay, so you are more of the type to want to see what life has in store for you. Okay, that's great. How many of you would rather keep your happy life than take a chance to be forever rich? And why? Okay, Jada, why would you not do it? What's preventing you from taking that step forward? All right, so that's information that they didn't give us, right? We don't know how much money you're making at this job, but you're making enough money at this job that you seem pretty happy with your life. You seem like you're a pretty happy person, okay? So knowing that information, would that extra money influence you? And while reading this, why is it that the fact that you were a happy person and you seemed pretty happy with life, why wasn't that more valuable to you than the money? I love that answer, Jada. Great answer, Jada. What's the point of being rich if you're already happy, right? That is a question many people have. At what point do we say enough is enough? I am happy. That's what matters. It's the only life you have. That is true. Okay, so you took it and interpreted it in your own way. I see that, Sam. Okay, so you're making it work for you in this situation. All right, so I'm going to ask you a secondary question, okay? You've thought about this. Some of you have said you value the dollar bill and adventure more than your already established happiness, okay? And that's okay, right? That is your decision. There is no right or wrong here. It's more reflecting on why did you make this choice? What went into this decision? Okay. This could be an impactful decision. Why is the riches more impactful to you than your already happy life? And that's where we reflect, right? We reflect on this idea of happiness. We reflect on the idea of, does money bring happiness, or is money something that is required to feel a sense of happiness, at least in this society, right? So I'm going to erase this now, and I'm going to pose you a second question. All right? I'm going to erase this, and I'm going to ask you a second question. All right? So, to this same idea, okay? With this same idea, all right. So, stop and think about what they are offering you. Could you give up everything in your life for wealth? Why or why not? Okay, so that's the next question. Stop and think about what they are offering you. Could you give up everything for wealth? If you're happy with what you got, then you're good. Okay, so that's a good way to think about it. All right, guys, why are you saying no? You couldn't give up everything for wealth. I see DJ put yes. Okay, so DJ believes that with his wealth, his riches, he could get everything back that he gave up. Jada is saying no. Ariana says no. Sam says no. Why do you guys say no? What do you think is missing from this trade-off that you believe is not worth giving all that up? That is true, right? That's a great perspective. You could be rich and still be miserable. Absolutely. All right. Because you're happy and you know it, so you clap your hands. Now, I'm going to ask you a more difficult question. Okay, being up top could be lonely, etc. All right. So what if they asked you the same question, but it said, could you give up everything for wealth and happiness? What if they added the word happiness to the end here? So instead of it just being wealth, it was wealth and happiness. All right, so DJ, you're saying definitely yes. If wealth and happiness are involved, you would definitely do it. Ariana, why is it still the same thing? What do you lose in this trade-off? All right, Ariana, but what I'm saying now is, what if they said you could have wealth and happiness if you gave up your life? All right? If you gave up your old life, you would still have wealth and happiness. Okay, I like that response, Jada. You still say no because being rich is not true happiness, and you will lose true happiness if you become rich. Potentially. Okay, I like your perspective. Ariana says self respect. Ariana says, but you're dead. All right, so you're looking deeper into these words, right? All potential possibilities. Okay. DJ said he was doing it either way. So now I'm going to erase this question here. We're going to keep that same main scenario. And now I'm going to ask you, what does wealth mean to you? All right. Wouldn't you lose money if everything explodes? Absolutely, right? We could think about things in what ifs all day, for sure. So wealth means money to you. It means not rich, but you have money. Okay. All right. Being able to buy your family anything and everything. All right. So you guys all attach a dollar value to wealth. So now I'm going to ask you one more question. Last question. Okay. For all those who said no, okay? Two things, money but not being rich, and love from everyone. Okay, Jada. I like that. So now another question. You ready? All right. So let's say you took this man's offer. Where do you think this journey would take you? Where do you think this adventure, this mysterious journey that this man has offered you in replacement of your whole life and your current happiness, where do you think this would go? You say Bora Bora? Okay, what else? Up a mountain? What else, guys? A volcano? Okay, similar to the mountain. Heaven? A trip around the world? Okay. Gonna back this up a little bit now so I can talk with you guys. All right. So we had this scenario, and you guys have given me heaven, a mountain, Bora Bora. And then I also asked you, what is wealth, right? A lot of you guys gave me answers in regards to money, status. And we got one response about family and love from everyone. Why is it that wealth, just the first thought to your mind is money, a dollar value, instead of thinking of maybe emotions or status in life away from money, right? Being happy, being secure, being surrounded by family, right? Things that when you have them and maybe you don't have money could still lead to a good life. We've seen people out there, right, who are very poor but still smile, have joy, appreciate their life, appreciate what they have, right? So if these people are what we would say financially not wealthy, how is it that they are able to act and feel so wealthy even though they are absent of that dollar value? Sam says he's that they are rich in the soul. Elaborate what you mean by rich in the soul. What do you mean by that? Because they are happy and experience true happiness. What to them are do you believe in these situations are the true happiness? Since they don't have the money and they only have family, they only have what they only have, you know, that little bit of food or whatever it may be. Even though they have so little in regards to material things, why is it that you say they still are experiencing true happiness? Where is their perspective, Jada? Where is their mindset, maybe? What do you think is different between someone who experiences that wealth through those experiences compared to someone who only sees wealth in money? They still have their life and they get to wake up in the morning. Yeah, that's a great perspective, right? Imagine how many people each day are just thankful that they got to wake up. Maybe they've experienced something else that's allowed them to feel this wealth of life, right? Being able to just open their eyes. So, perspective can come in any means of ways, right? Through experience, through feelings or emotions, through self reflection. It can be lonely at the top. It can be very lonely at the top. But we also can say, right, there are people who are money rich, but are still wealthy in life and spirit, right? one does not mean the absence of the other. It really is the perspective and the mindset that you choose to carry on with, right? You could have all the money in the world and be miserable, Jada said, right? But you could still have all the money in the world and still be genuinely happy or genuinely giving, right? So don't just put money into a box where you can't be happy. You know, how do I have both? How do I have this true happiness and, you know, wealth that I feel will be enough and secure my happiness, right? That this book is going to have you question things like this regularly. It's not a long book either, okay? It's less than 200 pages, okay? We're going to be reading this together. And I want you to dig deep into the words, all right? I want you to maybe question why you feel unhappy maybe at times. Maybe reflect and see if maybe you're putting extra emphasis in something that maybe isn't helping you grow or maybe isn't actually something that should dictate those emotions, right? I think it's a great job in life when we are able to reflect on our experiences and reflect on our emotions. This book is going to help you along that whole journey with self reflection and just reflecting on what maybe could be happiness for you. I'm glad you're happy right now, Sam. That's awesome. Okay. For homework, you guys have vocab that I uploaded onto Alma. Okay. If you look on Alma, you will see the Alchemist pre read vocabulary. The vocab is all on there that you can just copy and paste and then type it up in a Google Doc. Okay. I want you guys to have that for our next class. It's just vocab, it shouldn't be too hard. I'm hoping that by our Thursday class, Andy will have the books to you guys and we'll be able to embark on this journey together and really see how this new mindset or this new take on things could potentially interest you and, you know, change your mindset. Yeah, being dedicated to something that, you know, could potentially mean loneliness is really tough, right? But it doesn't need to necessarily be lonely, you know? It can being at the top, depending on your demeanor and your mindset, how open you are to other people, could be a great place to be, right? You could be on top and be truly on top. Wealth and a kind, compassionate heart that you still want to reach out to others, still make those connections, right? And that's true success, right? Being able to have both, being able to live a life that you can say through and through is happiness. May 15th is when they're opening up your area. I don't know if we'll be going back though. Okay? It all depends on what the governor decides. I miss D&D too, Sam. I'm hoping that with next year it'll be more consistent, more fluid, and even hopefully maybe we could do something after school with it. That way we can make up for lost time. Okay? Yes, Tatiana, just like every other time we do vocab, I would like you to use the words that you defined in a sentence so you can apply it and try it out for yourself. 15's 2 days after your birthday. We'll keep that in mind, DJ. Yeah, I do hope we can finish, Sam. So, guys, for your homework, don't forget you have the definitions. Make sure to do your sentences. You can submit it in a Google Doc, or if you do it on a notebook piece of paper, I'll gladly accept a photo of your work as always, okay? Don't stress over a Google Doc not sending. If it isn't sending that way, use other resources. If you just need to text me the picture of the sheet, that's totally okay. All right. I want you guys to be interested, be excited in what this new book could potentially bring. All right. I love our discussion every single time we would talk about it in class. So I hope we can have that same energy going through the web class. All right. So if anyone has any questions, this is the time to ask. If not, you are free to go. Don't forget to check Alma for those definitions. Okay. Are there any questions? All right. I don't see any questions coming up. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. And I will see you guys next class on Thursday.